Hi everybody, it's Tim Young with Kiene'S Fly Shop here in Sacramento, California, and my responsibility here in the store is to manage all of the fly tying materials in addition to being the main fly tying instructor. All of the customers that come into the store that order online or special orders, it is the store's responsibility to make sure that we have everything listed on our online business, in addition to having everything here in the store for customers to come and look and see exactly what they need. So today what we're going to do is take a brief tour of the store to share with you the different kinds and types of materials that we have for fly tying, all the way from novice to advanced. We have different kinds of vices that you can get when you first start tying. You can get a C-clamp vise, or you could get a pedestal vise. Besides that, there are different components of each of these vices that make them very unique and different. There's another kind of vise that you can use for tube flies, and so there are many different kinds of vices that are available on the market today. You can go ahead and just buy these by themselves, or you can buy them in a kit that comes with tools. So all in all, there are different ways to get started, whether you buy a pedestal vise or a C-clamp for specific reasons or not. Here we have scissors and equipment. There are different kinds of scissors made by different companies. We have entry-level scissors, and then we have very specific scissors for specific purposes. We also have whip finishing tools like the whip finisher and the half hitch tool. We also have bobbin holders, the tools that are going to hold your threads for you. We also have hackle pliers, which will hold feathers, and those hackle pliers come in all kinds of shapes and sizes, different types for different purposes. We also have tools to help you do some dubbing, and then we also have different tools to help you thread your bobbins, and also tools for stacking deer hair. So besides that, we also have all kinds of different miscellaneous tools, specialty bobbins, we have cauterizers, we have deer hair packers, and then hook debarbers. This is just one of the different examples of hackle pliers. Here in the hook section, we have numerous different kinds of hooks. A lot of the different companies specialize in different kinds of fishing. Take, for example, Alec Jackson. They specialize in steelhead and salmon. There are numerous Japanese companies, of which Owner is one of them. Owner and Gamakatsu, both Japanese-made hooks, are excellent. One of the different aspects about Gamakatsu hooks is that they not only specialize in saltwater, but they also specialize in bass hooks. Here in Sacramento, we're using a lot of Gamakatsu hooks for striped bass with the 60 degree jig hooks. And so that is a very important aspect of successful fly fishing, is using the proper kind of hook. Daiichi is another great Japanese hook company, and they specialize in not only saltwater, but in particular freshwater and for trout patterns. They have a great majority of different kinds of hooks, everywhere from small to large, and they are very well known in particular for their value because of price point and quality. Great quality hook, and a great majority of a lot of our customers prefer Daiichi hooks. Another Japanese company would be the Masu company, and we have brought those into the store in the last 3 years and had tremendous success. The Masu Hook Company, they specialize in two different aspects that I really like. One of them is that the points are chemically sharpened and that the gaps are a little bit larger than normal. So besides that, they are a great value for what you pay, and that's just another aspect of a different Japanese company with a great value and another competitor in the very competitive hook market. We've talked a lot about Japanese hooks and the different companies that make hooks. And I will have to say, in my 20 years in the fly fishing industry, that when it comes to top quality hooks, the best performing hooks, and because of the top quality, they are the best hooks that are on the market. Now, the Tiemco company, marketed under Umpqua, has a market that is huge. A lot of people would consider them the market leader, and they have everything from trout flies in very, very small sizes all the way to saltwater and huge salmon and steelhead hooks. So if you are going to Patagonia or Kamchatka and you want to make sure that you get a hook that is not going to bend out, that's not going to have a point that is going to dull, Tiemco hook is the hook for you. So once you have your hook in the vise and you decide that you're going to be tying a streamer, basically you're going to need to get your pattern down. In order to do that, we have a whole selection of barbells that will get your pattern down to the bottom where the fish are. These barbells come in different shapes and sizes of all different colors and weights to get your pattern down depending on the current of the water and how deep you're fishing. So you can go ahead and get anything from a black nickel, silver, or gold to fancy dancy and very specialized for your patterns to get your patterns down where the fish are. So once you want your streamer pattern to come alive, we have a whole section of different eyes that you can put on your pattern. From large to small and different colors, we have pretty much what anybody is going to need to finish off your pattern, whether it's a small streamer pattern or a saltwater bait fish pattern. And so depending on how fancy you want to make it and how large your pattern is, these particular eyes commensurate with the hook size will make your pattern come to life, and that's what you want it to do. In this section, we are just going to share with you that basically there are two different types of beads: tungsten beads and brass beads. And as you can see, there are numerous different colors and sizes commensurate with the hook size that you're going to be using for whatever application you're going to be fishing with and for. So just know that you can get whatever combination you want, either to match the bug or to give it some highlight. For those of you that are going to be tying for steelhead and salmon, we have two fly materials that you could use to color combination whatever you want, and it's really a lot of fun. Very specialized and very different for those of you that want to do that kind of tying. More in the world of soft goods, we have feathers that come from all kinds of different birds. We have goose feathers, we have duck feathers, we have the different kinds of feathers from the different kinds of ducks for whatever application you're wanting to do, whether it's trout or bass, and a lot of these are dyed. We also have another kind of bird, pheasants, that are dyed, and they are again made for trout or steelhead or salmon flies. We also have these different pheasant feathers that are either dyed or used for specific kinds of patterns. And then of course we have duck and turkey, whether it's from the wings or if it is just from the bird itself. And then we have all kinds of other materials that are used for different bodies and different wings on flies, in addition to my favorite material, peacock herl. We also have synthetic materials in addition to deer hair for all kinds of different patterns. We have mink. We also have rabbit strips of all different shapes and sizes for whatever application you want. A lot of times steelhead and salmon flies, and that rabbit could be in any color and a shape for whatever application you want. We have here some of my favorite materials, different kinds of wing materials that we use on different streamers. So we have different materials that you could use for whatever application you're looking for. When it comes to nymphs, we have a yarn that we can comb out and make look like nymphs. Very popular section of the store. Then we have all kinds of synthetic materials used for steelhead and salmon patterns, and then on and on. These materials are made for glow bugs, and glow bugs, of course, are used for steelhead when they follow the salmon in the river to come up and spawn. And this section is very, very popular at that time of year. We also have different materials for streamer patterns. All of this is synthetic. It's either craft fur or, depending on the different company, what they call it, but all of these are great materials for wing materials on streamer patterns. In this section, we have chenilles of all different shapes, colors, and sizes for whatever application you want. Steelhead, trout, big, small, thick, and thin. For all of you bass people and streamer people, we have numerous different shapes and sizes of different kinds of materials for wings or bodies, whatever you like. And it's just a matter of personal preference how you want to design your clouser patterns, for example. We have different companies that make different textures, shapes, and sizes of whatever you need, and what we have here is that particular section to make your creativity come to life. So there you have it. That is the tour of the fly tying materials department here at Kiene'S Fly Shop. And just as a reminder, we provide classes for the novice person who has never tied a fly all the way to advanced level specialty one-night classes. And if you're ever interested in wanting to learn how to properly tie flies with basic techniques, very traditional techniques, then Kiene'S Fly Shop can offer that for you. So thank you very much from all of the staff here at Kiene'S. Come see us and buy some fly tying materials and maybe take a class or two.